GM Solana, this is Crypto Mehra, the founder of YieldScope.fun. Now, YieldScope is essentially a place where you can find all the high yielding APY pools in one single place. So let's jump into the product right away. Once you head on to app.yieldscope.fun, you will see all the top yield sections. You see the stablecoin yields, you'll see the opportunities, and you'll see the status of the entire Solana network. Now, by default, for the free users or the visitors who have not even signed in or connected their wallets, you'll be able to see all the top 24 APYs, the top volume pools, and the newly added pools. And down here, you'll see the top 50 pools across the Solana ecosystem. Now, these pools are updated every 2 to 5 minutes. So depending on whenever you're using this, you'll see different set of pools over here. Now, as soon as you connect your wallet, you'll get an authentication request. Now remember guys, YieldScope is only for authentication purposes. We do not really ask you for any sort of transaction until you are buying the pro version. So no, this is not a scam. A lot of people have been asking us, and a lot of people have been connected their burner wallets for the same cause. I don't think that's required. YieldScope just reads your wallet. It would never ask for any transaction. So just hit approve. And now for the free wallets, another 50 opportunities will unlock. Now down here, instead of 50 opportunities, you'll see 100 opportunities which are coming from the Solana ecosystem, from all the different protocols out there like Raydium, Orca, Meteora, and something like Kamino as well. Now for the free users, you'll get to see the top 8 stablecoin yield opportunities, and the opportunity section coming from Kamino Finance is available for free for everybody. Now we do have a dashboard where you can track all of your wallet balances, and soon we'll have AI recommendations for your holdings. Now essentially all that means is basically whatever you hold, YieldScope is going to identify your holdings and give you opportunities on the basis of whatever you hold. Now that's going to be pretty cool, which is coming out pretty soon. Okay, now I'm going to show you all the pro features. Now essentially I have a wallet that has pro version of YieldScope, and as soon as I have a pro wallet connected, I'll unlock everything on YieldScope at once. Now what this does is you can simply filter your protocols, you can filter your risks, you can filter TVLs, and you can also filter the volume for any pool, and you can also search the pools on the basis of their assets itself. For pro users, on the stablecoin yield sections, you'll see all the stablecoin opportunities at one single place. Now we are constantly adding more and more opportunities. We're in talks with a lot of protocols, and we are going with direct integrations for all these protocols at once. Now one core feature of YieldScope is the risk assessment of every single pool. Now let's just say that you have this asset roaming around in your YieldScope dashboard, which is yielding 5.1k 24-hour APY. Now that sounds fishy, right? Now as soon as you click on it, YieldScope will fetch all the pool details, and it will give you a risk assessment depending on what kind of assets you are dealing with here. We have different kind of risk assessment metrics, and that will show you if the pool is safe to go ahead or not. Now similarly, if you see something on Raydium as well, for example, click on this, YieldScope will determine all the risk components here, and it will give you a risk score to go ahead with your yield farming in the end. Now similar stuff happens with stablecoin yields as well. Now you would ask, like, is there any risk in stablecoin yields? Absolutely not. As you can see, our risk components are measuring this as 12 right here, which is very safe to go ahead with all the yield farming, because both of the assets here are stablecoins, which means your risk score is going to be pretty low. Remember guys, lower the risk score, the safer the pool is going to be for your yield farming. Now if you want to dive deep into how we evaluate our risk scores, what are our risk metrics, you can simply check out our documentations at docs.yieldscope.fun. You'll see all the risk metrics over there. Okay, now essentially yield farming every single day is something which I personally do as well. Now YieldScope started as my own personal project. I ran a bot that used to scan Meteora, Raydium, and Orca every single day, every single morning. I used to come up with various opportunities to farm, and well, I was like, okay, let's just share this tool with everybody. So I converted this entire little concept into an entire product, which is today called YieldScope. What essentially I do here on YieldScope every single day is I choose my protocol. Now I believe personally Meteora is leading the yielding market on Solana as of now, so I would select Meteora, and then I would like essentially go ahead with TVL which is mostly above 100k. That filters out most of my risks in the market for the pools, right? And then also in the volumes, I would go ahead and click on 1 million plus. Now, out of literally all the opportunities, I have 37 filtered opportunities that are doing pretty well in terms of the volume, which means I can extract the most amount of APY depending on the protocol that I choose. Now, for example, here I'm choosing Meteora. All these protocols are actually going crazy here with like 310% on 24-hour returns. That's madness essentially. But yeah, like for example, if I want to, yield farm Uranus, I'll just click on this. It will simply load off my pool details. It will give me all the risk scores here. I can see all the metrics, and I can click here. That will take me directly to Meteora and the rest of the deal. You can simply add your liquidity right here and start yielding with 2.76% 24/hour APY for this case right here. And yeah, essentially the filters are one of the most important features of YieldScope, as it is going to keep you away from most of the scams essentially in the market, and it will also allow you to yield wherever you want to yield with all the precision that you want. So that is pretty much it. If you want to test out the pro version of YieldScope, just let me know. You can leave us a DM. You can leave me a DM at Twitter/CryptoMehra, and I'll be happy to give you a trial version of the YieldScope Pro. And if you have any doubts, any queries, you can leave us a DM on our Twitter channel. We'll also be coming up with the Discord community as well pretty soon. We also have a community where I personally share all of my yield strategies. So make sure you follow with all of these things. And well, this was YieldScope for you. Happy yielding.